7 hours to go. I love it. I love it. The fingers. Yes, mate. I'm feeling a bit better. Just the old glands are literally, it was like I had 2 marshmallows stuck to my throat. But I've eaten them now. Got a bit peckish. Awesome stuff. It's been nice today, hasn't it? While it's not been so hot. Right, so let's get on. So John D, good morning, John. When you tune in, thank you very much. Rob Sale is here. He might catch us, he might not. Rob works from the crack of dawn. Well, the crack of midnight. He starts work at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Brilliant. Yeah, do you know, Paul, I was actually going to do that. I was going to, but hello, track fans. But but there you go. So I'm here, Rahul. I'm here. Good morning, good afternoon. Oh, God, stop saying good morning. I keep thinking it's Sunday slot car sessions, not Monday slot car sessions. And the fingers is in the house. Love it. Well done. The fingers, good to see you, mate. Stick around. You might see some things that you recognize in a bit. Nico is here, slot car dude. Guten Abend, wie geht's? That's my attempt at German. All right. I don't know what I could do here. Just quick extent. No, duplicate. That's what I want. There you go. Right. Sound. Just setting up a bigger monitor. And we can crack on. So everyone's saying hello to everyone. This is what we like to see. I wonder what you guys have been up to this week. Yes, okay. Rob, I promise you, when you watch this back tomorrow night, I've got it on my month planner. Your car is the priority. That is it. Still yet to true up Rob's beautiful Revo slots. Let's get some focus on that. Look at that. There's no better way to start a show than admiring Rob's Revo slot. And in case you haven't seen underneath, there you go. Modelled on a Staff's tuning plate. Interestingly, Staffs have got a 1 in 24th scale tuning plate coming out. So if you're that way inclined to the larger size, then I'd tap up Steve at Staff's Slot Car Clubs. So type of large cases. A car sort of, yes. Well, that being said, I mean, you will get flat spots if the car sits there forever on the flat on themselves and not moving. So it's highly advisable to get them out and have a go, or get if you know any window glazers, they have these little sticky blue thing or little sticky pads that come on the corners of the double glazing windows for before they put them in the frames. You peel them off, and they're nice and thin. And you just literally put that under the car, sit it on there, and they rest up. What else have we got here? Okay, so who else is in the house? Daz, good evening. Hey, George is here. Good afternoon, good evening. I don't even know what time it is there, George. I was just having a look the other day. I think it released something about the midget. And I've not quite got to the stage where I'm building a chassis yet from the brass, but I'm going to be. And I do know that Dave at Slot Art and I are both thinking in the same kind of methodology that we want to be a part of building some chassis, because I've actually got this here. Oh, yeah. This old model, which I'd love to build a chassis for. And this will be my project for my first ever chassis build. So that's what I'm going to turn into a slot car, because I do like a bit of vintage. No, I'm not going there. It's a family show. G'day, Reese. How you doing, buddy? God, it must be about 7 in the morning there, 6, 7 in the morning. Yes, as you can hear the croak. Yesterday, I couldn't even speak. I mean, Darren will vouch for it because I sent him a message on WhatsApp. He said I look like Kevin the Gerbil. Come on, in here. The dog's just run in. See, he's taking his position. Travis Q&A back. I didn't see that. Was that the Carrera World thing, Paul? I need to watch that. Good evening, Dave. How you doing, my friend? Nice to have you on board. Richie's coming in hot from Wales. Hey, Rich. Good to see you, my friend. Oh, looky what we have here. Slot R has got a new camera. Oh, I don't know what camera that is. I need to check that out. See what that's about. Which reminds me, while we're on the subject, I just undo the bottom of my camera battery flap, and that keeps the temperature on the camera down. I mean, he won't agree with this. Rahul won't agree with this. Hang on. He won't agree with this, but Rahul had a blackout the other day, and I was so not in a vindictive way, but I was so happy about it because Rahul is a tech genius, and I thought only I would have a tech blackout. But when Rahul did it, it gave me reassurance that if it happens to Rahul, it can literally happen to anyone because that guy knows about cameras and tech better than anyone I know. That's exactly the right methodology there, Dave. And also when you need to buy a couple of, I don't know, Revo slots for the kid's first birthday, or in fact, the kid's birthing party. So you need to buy him him or her, I don't know, some Revo slots to celebrate his new life. Obviously, you're going to keep hold of him until he's ready. Hello, Mark. Good to see you, mate. Welcome aboard. Hold on a second, Paul. What we got here, shout out to Carrera Digital, Analog Home and Club Racers. Do you know what? I think I might be a moderator in that group. I think I might be, but I'll have to double check. All right, let's working it down. Down. Oh, Deleon is here. Yes. How you doing, dude? Good to see you. To see you good, as Brucey would have said. Thank you, Paul. I'm getting there. As you can see, it's a bit croaky, but we're going to do the best we can because we need our slot car action for the week. So I'm really sorry I couldn't do it yesterday, but it would have been futile. And also, I put that notification out the night before, and I literally pressed publish or post or whatever you call it. And Ian texts through to me and Tim, because me and Tim have been working the stand all of Saturday at the Goodwood Festival. And he says, guys, you've really bust your nuts over the last couple of days. Come in late. Me and my brother have got it covered. Come in at 10. So I thought, well, that would have backfired because I would have wanted to do the stream from Goodwood and I had a squeaky voice. It wasn't going to work. Good morning, Colin. Tony, how you doing, buddy? Nice to see you on board. Not having you would have been in bed at this time of the night, but don't get used to it because we're going to right back on track for next week's Sunday slot car sessions from an undisclosed location, but I'm going to make you all jealous as hell. I'm laughing just to just thinking about where the show's coming from next week. All right, let's have a go. Hey, Dan's in the house. You all right, Dan? How you doing? How did you get on so far with your Jaguar? So Dan's got one of these puppies, and on the Wired on Wednesday stream that I do at 8:45, because Dan said a couple of weeks ago he's got one but doesn't really know how to tune it up, we decided to build this and tune this up. I tested it Dan, bad news. Needs a new engine. Needs a new motor. Beg your pardon. Still under the weather. So I will figure out where to get that from. It'll be from another one of my slot cars, no doubt. But we will get that on the go. And for Wednesday, that'll be good. Are you in on Wednesday, Dan? I know what you mean, Dave. I've got to think what I need to do is figure out. Actually, George is in the room. George, what thickness brass do we need to get to build chassis with, mate? It's one of the things I was thinking about the other day and I wanted to ask you, but I've just been full on for a week since I thought about it. I have no Timmy boy. Timmy is in the house. He's my wingman, my right-hand man. We had a great time, Tim? The voice is far, far better than it was yesterday, that's for sure. I have like a really low voice or a real big commentary voice for the track. But there's no like this, like a regular speaking. There's no middle ground, not at all. But I tell you, you left that tent in immaculate condition. Unbelievably good. Thank you ever so much for the weekend as well. Paul's in the house. If anyone hasn't seen it, Slot Car 2021 or Paul, he's just put out a review on his channel yesterday. So I watched that. That was good fun. So do go and see it because it's the first time he's done a dad and son review. So I really like that because he's enthusing the youth. So his son, I can't think what his name is, will go to school now, tell all his pals. His pals will log on YouTube, watch that. Then they'll get the recommended at the end, hit on something like Area 51 Speedway and, Area 51 Raceway. And they'll all be enthused. They'll be like, oh, what's this going on here? There's some custom scratch build there. And then there's some vintage stuff over there. And there's some GT3 action there. And then they got all sorts going on. Just eating a couple of M7Ms. What's that, Rahul? Oh, M&Ms. Typo. Love it. Well done, pal. Good evening, Age Star. How you doing, fella? Andy's in the house. Andy, I might show him a picture of your new motor if that's all right. Let us know in the comments. Yeah, Darren said this. I can't stand honey. I can eat it in food. Like I love flapjacks. I love honey nut cornflakes, but neat honey and lemon in a drink. It's rank. That's rank, by the way. Really bad. So what I tend to do is old fashioned and gargle salt water. That's been quite a tonic this week. Some kudos here, Dave. Daniel saying hello. I think he's liking your channel, my friend. And hello back there. Hey, Janu, how you doing, mate? Nice to have a chat with you on the phone earlier. Janu was telling me about the GT3, the National GT3 leg, which was going to be at Pendle on Sunday, just got yesterday. But because Pendle are still in the process of rebuilding the showroom, now they've had the building works finished, they actually held it at South Manchester's club. And Janu was telling me it was hotter than hell in a handcart down there. I mean, talking about George and Rahul in the room and some guys like Reese from Down Under. I mean, these guys know about heat, but up here in the UK, where it's normally rains for 364 days of the year and we get sunshine for 4 half a days or half a day a year, it's unusual. Good evening. Right, hang on a second. Right, just catch up because I think I asked George a question. I don't want to miss it. So square tithing. Square tubing. I don't know about K&S brass. So square tubing, K&S brass. But I will find this out. Dave, Slot R, would you make a note for us? Don't forget. Because you won't get the live chat back until probably tomorrow afternoon because of the processing speed of YouTube. Evening, Stuart. Good evening. Cool. Right. So Dan has been tuning his Jaguar, as we said earlier. Hang on a second, guys. So he said he needs some grub screws to get the setting right. I'll tell you what, Dan, if you've got my email, send me an email, and I've got a few grub screws laying around here. I'll just put a couple in a bag and post them up so you can get the car finished, and then you can buy some grub screws at a later stage, and you won't be sort of threatening for trying to get it ready. Yeah, wasn't it, Rahul? His Mr. Bean review was pretty cool indeed. Yes, Grits Racing Club. I know. Hey, it's a treat for the States. I'm actually on at a decent hour. Rahul's in the morning. He's like, yeah, I can do this. It's like lunchtime. So if you're on lunch, enjoy. Oh, I see. Yeah. Gotcha, buddy. Andy, I'm talking about the one that you sprayed today or yesterday. Very good. I don't need a whiskey, mate. It sounds like I've already had 3 bottles of whiskey. All right, I get a little cigar on the go as well. Do you know what, right? I used to like Jack Daniels. And as a treat, I'd ask for a bottle of Jack Daniels at Christmas, and it pretty much lasts me a year because I don't really drink. Always have to drive, and they don't work together, those two. So a few years ago, I just stopped drinking. I'll have a social beer or a social glass of wine here and there. But as for like going out for a 10-pinter, no more. And shots, no more. So I've literally got a bottle of honey Jack Daniels, a bottle of sour Jack Daniels, 2 bottles of regular Jack Daniels. And they've been like that for for about 3 or 4 years. So I can do that warm whiskey later. Yeah, we're due some thunderstorms tomorrow on the humidity side of things, which is going to be good. Yeah, I tell you what, Grits Racing Club, it's good to have you on board. I was wondering earlier whether we'll get some people coming on that don't normally get to come on live and see what's happening. So it's all good. I'll just check this feed a second. Bear me, guys. Right, cool. Where are we up to? So you're back for a few minutes. You've got to go again. Rob, it's been amazing to have you here, and I know you'll be watching that back later. So just drive safe, Rob. Don't risk it watching this while you're driving. It's not worth it. What's this? Oh, dear. I'm not doing the honey. Do the salt water. Yeah, I do agree with washing a lemon, though. To get rid of that wax, because that is not good. Hey, Tom. How you doing, buddy? We're 20 minutes in, and I'm just about catching up. So, yeah, Paul, thank you very much. Well reminded. Yeah, if you're liking what you're seeing so far, although all we're doing is addressing the chat and who's in here, hit the likes for me. Thank you very much, everyone. Well, since you brought it up, Dave, I mean, when you've got your glasses on and all, who knows? Don't be a sport. Go on. Don't be a sport. Come on. Yes, do. I haven't got any tequila. I've got some stories about tequila. Gargling Jack Daniels, yeah, that could work. So I would say it depends. So here's a question from Tom. Guys, feel free. Oh, you already started to answer, and well done. I'd say for a wood track, a deeper guide would be better. So you can get deep guides. I've got a deeper guide on my Corvette C7. I wonder if we can see the difference on it. Hang on a second. Will you be able to see the difference in depth on this? Oh, yeah, you can actually. So you can just about make out there's a few millimeters difference in the height of those. So this one's the higher one. This one's the regular one. And just in case someone wants to look at slot cars, there's an Audi R8 and a Corvette C7, both NSR. And if you're going to use a wood track as well, I'd recommend a hard chassis. Okay. Monty, he's made it on. Monty with his welcome to the community, Monty. Monty was saying that it's very difficult round where he lives because there's not really much going on. That's why he tunes in. So we've made it here on time with everyone in the chat so you can interact, get some questions on the go. And that would be awesome. Arnie, good morning. Good evening. Sorry, I've got to get out of this habit saying good afternoon. Good morning. I'm just losing it now. Mark is in the house. The boys in blue. Yes. And just before you go on, Mark, thank you very much, mate. It's arrived today, but as always, near the end, I sort of introduced the Slot magazine. What I wanted to do, Mark, was ask you, have you changed the paper of the magazine? Because honestly, every page is as thick as the front cover. Ace, good quality. So we'll keep that there for the minute. Yeah, we'll call you the silent witness. You haven't escaped from anywhere this week, have you? We had a jailbreak here in the UK. If anyone's, for you guys over in the States, Australia, Canada, Europe, you won't know about it, but we've got a terror suspect who's some chap who was in the army and he's been accused of stealing secrets and spying for Iran, potato, I don't know. And anyway, he escaped from prison. Proper like 50s and 60s old school. He strapped himself to the underside of a lorry and escaped and then disappeared. But the MI5, MI6 and Special Branch found him. Well done, Mark. I know you was involved with that. Right. Okay, Tony, well done. I will share that with us in a minute. Grandson, good morning. Good evening. How you doing? Travis is in the house. As it's wife night. What? Are you dressed up as your wife for the night? How's that working out? Anyway, sorry, it's the banter we have. I've just bought it on screen, haven't I? Slot Invasion, Slotting Plus. Yes, Slotting Plus. Definitely Slotting Plus. Just like this one. I got these in for... I'm going to tune in, man. Right, Rahul, you're going to have to teach me some camera tricks over the next couple of days. Oh, I've caught up. Excellent work. So, yeah, on tomorrow's live stream. Sorry, not tomorrow. Wednesdays, wide on Wednesdays. We're doing some tuning to the Legends cars. We're doing deep guides or guides. And we're also doing, here they are, offset bearings that I've got in from Staff's Slot Car Club. No, Slot Cars UK. Damn it. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know, Rob, at all. Yeah, no, yeah, sorry, Trav. Tony's chipped in now. Brilliant. Oh, I didn't know this about Carrera was today. Right, I need to catch up. I was working and then catching up with a load of admin that I've not been doing in the last few days. Hi, Clifton. You all right? How you doing, buddy? So, here we go then. Right. I'll check that out, George. Cheers for that shout out, mate. Do you know roughly how long ago that video was out? What's the best way to fix track to boards, I think you mean. So what's the best way to stabilize your track on a board? Guys, pile in and answer Age Star. It depends on what you're doing to it. It depends whether you're creating a scenery or just literally laying a track to race. A lot of people will lay the track layout, and Dave at Slot R has got a great video on this where he redid his car park in the middle of his track. And what it boils down to is he gets a piece of wood the same thickness as the track so that it's actually flush. The track is flush to the bit of board. He templates the shape that you want the board at and then cuts it out and drops it in. Once you've done that around the track, it will hold the track in place. Unless you're going vertical, of course, and then who knows, maybe a bit of, well, you don't want to go vertical, but silicon's your friend. Okay. Yeah, those Audis are nice, aren't they? Right, then let's have a look at what we got. So, first off, the whole reason my voice is croaky and a little bit frayed and I'm not in my lyrical silk as usual is because I went and helped Think Scalextric out and Magnetic Racing at the Goodwood Revival. Oh my God. It was epic. Totally and utterly epic. All right. Cheers for that, George. I'll look back. What did we get up to at the Slot Car Festival? Well, I saw this golf-coloured GT40. I threw this one up specially for Daihi and Sasha because they absolutely love golf cars, golf liveries. Here's an answer for you, Age Star. That's not a bad shout, actually. That is quite a good. So you sort of almost tacking it down, but with the side of the screw. Yeah, nice. Here's a bit of info from Richard for you. So yeah, Goodwood Revival meeting. Fantastic. Never been to Goodwood before. It was way bigger than I expected. There must have been at least a couple of 100,000 people there on all 3 days. It was immense. So Friday and Saturday, didn't get much time to get out there and have a look. I did catch a bit about 5 minutes of a race. 1 second. Let me deal with this. Yeah, I did catch about the end 5 minutes of a race, which had the Can-Am and the GT40s. I got to hear and see GT40s. It was incredible. I've never seen it before other than on the telly. Boys, wow. Anyway, I recorded it, of course. So what I'll try and do is put together a little 5-minute sort of medley of things I saw at the show, include that little section of the race. One of them crashed right there. We didn't see the crash because it was on the other side of the barrier, but he drives the car around and I've got some good VT of the carnage down the side of his car. But apparently, according to Tim, they're all right if the body gets smashed up. It's the parts that with the matching numbers, whatever that means, that is really difficult to find. So I'll bring that to you. I won't do a video on Goodwood Revival because it's not in keeping with slot cars and the channel, but I'll definitely do like I did when I went to Belgrade. I'll share my experience with you, and I'll probably use that on Sunday's live stream as my interval break. So I'll be like, watch this, and then I'll steam off and do what I need to. DNA is here. Hello, Daihi, and I'd imagine Sasha's at school. So welcome aboard, pal. I'm just put this up. I mentioned you a minute ago here, actually, because I know you love golf liveries. Love it. Hold on. Stop the press. Stop the press. So last week was mega because we had a look at everyone's tracks. Do you remember? It was so good. Well, where are you now? Janu, tune in next week because you will see the old Ferraris. Right, cheers, George. See, this is where I love you guys, because I have no idea about, like, you know, motor racing. It's not secret. So the fact that you're chipping in and helping out, mate, I really appreciate that. Oh my God, it gets worse. There's more talk of honey in here. We're not having it. So anyway, as I was saying, so last week we were chatting through, and it was Dick Guerin's idea from Oz. We were chatting through our breakout spaces, our chill out places, where we go to escape, unwind, switch off. So as you know, like, I've got a den, I've got my tracks. George has got a wood track, he's got his Carrera track. Travis has sent all his tracks to Australia, but he's going to have a massive track when he gets back. You know, everyone's got some way of release. But unfortunately, one of the biggest, you know, supporters of everyone out there was under the weather the last few weeks. And you know who I'm talking about, the Fingers. So we didn't see the Fingers' breakout space. And to be honest with you, I wanted to make a special point this week of sharing his breakout spaces, because he does so much back for us. It would be wrong not to have him included in that conversation. I keep seeing this. I'm definitely not doing honey. So the Fingers, when he breaks out, he's got a couple of spaces he goes to. I love it. So this is his first space, which is where he does a lot of building work and things. So he likes the model and he likes the build. He's got some trains on the go in here. He really does like scale modeling of any nature, I found out through getting to know him a bit better. So the Fingers' workshop, very tidy as well. You know, this is probably ticking Slot R's boxes here for cleanliness for the work area. And I've purposely lifted my camera a little bit so Dave can't see this bit of the mess. Yeah, Janu, thank you, mate. I will have a good time at the weekend. So then we've got his pit area, if you like. So the Fingers has got a number of projects on the go here, which is reassuring to see, because so do I, as you know. So that's good to see that I'm not the only one who seems to have about 90 unfinished projects on the go. It's only because I keep ordering the wrong things. So let me give you an example of what I mean. So I've got the Penelope pit lane motor, and this is a 16k motor, 16,000, and I actually wanted a 25. So I ordered a 25k motor, and who'd have thought that the motor shaft would be smaller? You know, you just assume that it's going to be the right size. But long story short, I've got it sorted now. So because of that, it's gone on for 3 weeks. And this is why I keep getting a build up of projects. So let me get it back on the screen. And then, are you ready for this? Now, this is what I call a track. Oh, oh, look at that. The fingers. That is a nice bit of speedway. Scalextric, keeping it real, keeping it original. I like it. And I like here, if you see in the bottom right-hand side of the corner, he's already got a stack of cars, some Slot It there. I can see, is that a couple of Carreras under there? I can just about see the red brand. So he's almost like he's got a lineup of things ready to go. Brilliant. But it only gets better than this. Yeah, totally, isn't it? Nice track, mate. There's nothing old about that, DeFingers. That is looking as current as today. Some kudos coming in from Nico. He's loving the track as well. Tom's enjoying that, DeFingers. And grandson, oh, newer layout. Are we missing the older layout? I'll tell you what, DeFingers, if you've got the capacity during the week, send me the older layout so I can put the two together and we can see how you changed and improved or upgraded the track. I'll be quite interested in seeing that. That would be pretty cool. So Tom's liking the track. Hey guys, if you like this, you're going to be blown away on the next slide, I tell you. Daz is liking that. Andy's loving it. Paul's loving it. I'm telling you, it's a good track, mate. And it gets better right now. When the day goes down on the 24-hour Le Mans round the Fingers house, it goes off. This is special. And I think I did. Yeah, I did. So they were the sort of distance shots of the track with lights. Here's the close-ups of how he's got the track lighting around the corners. And I like the way you keep it in the corners so it just bleeds into the straights. So you've got that kind of mystery drive as you're hammering up the straights before you get to the corner, which you can see. Awesome. I've got stuff everywhere here. Oh, I didn't see it. The Fingers. Sorry, I've been off the radar. Yes, you know it, don't you, George? He's done all right here. Dan's loving it. The Fingers. So's Paul. Andy's liking the lighting. So's Nico. And the thing is, what I'm going to do is see our real. We know you're real. The thing is, you're not a YouTube bot that just goes across everyone's channel for 24/7. I love it. And Monty's liking it as well. Well done, Monty, chipping in and contributing. Thank you, mate. Well, this is what it's about. Great little community we got going on here. Fantastic. Fantastic indeed. So Slotar and I are actually going to be working on something new coming later in the year. But we'll get that posted. So just having a chip around, and I had a message come through earlier today. So I wanted to get this in. We got a new sheriff in town. And you know how I like supporting pals? Definitely supporting pals. A bit like in here, you know, we're all giving the Fingers some rightfully earned kudos. I think that's what I need to do for my track when I get it set up and terraformed with Oasis, which was Tara's recommendation. And if you didn't hear the video podcast with Tara, go back to my last video. She tells us all the secrets about how she models, how she paints, what paint she uses, how she does textures. If you're into sort of building the track scenery and making it work, definitely check out that. Yes, Wild Man is in the house. He's on. Good man. Rahul's just seen it. He's loving it. So, yeah. So we got a new sheriff in town. He's a good friend to the channel, a good friend to us. We've all chatted to him. We've all seen his tutorials. You know who I'm talking about now, don't you? This is the one and only Dick Guerin. DG Raceway. You can see him here when he gave us our tree making tutorial a few weeks ago. So he's had a go. He's having a go. He's hit the red button. He's got 2 videos online right now. DG, Dick Guerin, Raceway. So I'm going to just check. I'll do this now. One sec. I just want to check where he's up to. Subscribe away. So he's got 3 subscribers at the moment because he literally gone live in the last 1-2 days. I've watched the 2 of his videos. They are next level. They are really good indeed. Very short, as you can see, but to the point. You're not wasting time with fluff. Dick's of an age and is Australian. He hasn't got time for fluffing it up. He just gets stuck straight in there. So really liked what he's been doing there. If you want to learn how to do scenery or different things, this is a guy who's going to be, well, I'm tuned in. I get it. So hopefully now he's on your radar. You can subscribe, like it, and get updates as well. Name what? Monty. I think Monty's asking for a name for his. Are you asking for a name for your home track, Monty? Or what do you mean, mate? Well done, Rahul. Top man. You know Dick's good, right? Just before we move on. How can I get my local raceway set up for an epic race for 1 in 32 scales? Are there any race forums for it? Yeah. So where are you in the world first, Tom? Because there's 2 trains of thought here. If you're in the UK and Europe, I would possibly say Slot Forum. They have in the list an events topic. If you're over the pond, over with George, Rahul's way, then I do believe Home Racing World, HRH Forum, has info about races. George might help me out with that one and just let me know if that's actually true. If it's not, can anyone from over the pond, if Tom is over that way, let us know how he can find out about getting stuck into some racing. Chat GPT. Yes. Yeah. You're right, mate. You are totally right indeed. Skynet is just the beginning. It just pictures it, a robotic arm. Excellent. Thanks, Georgia. HRH Forum does include where the races and stuff are for sure. So, yes, please, Wild Man. You got a new track? Are you doing a video on it, or do you mean you're sharing it here and I'll stick it on the screen? So, got a couple of things to unwrap with you guys here, because quite frankly, this is the only real time I get to do stuff about this time of night. So I know what's in here, and this is what I like about this community. Is I was speaking to Daz the other day and saying that my magnetic racing board, advertising board, because I see his all the time on his videos, and I think they're awesome. And in case you're not sure of what I'm... Oh, hang on a second. If you're not sure what I'm on about, let me give you an idea. One sec. Just find this. Hopefully this will work. Right, so this is Daz's track. As you can see, right in the middle of that screen, there's the magnetic racing advertised billboard. Well, he prints out the labels for those, and for the 3-way. You can see on the behind that the Track Fans TV on his 3-way billboard. I cannot resize images for love nor money at all. So hang on, let's just watch Daz caning his Porsche 962 from Slot It around his track. Yeah, proper nailed that, Daz. Really good work there, mate. I knew we could get that into the stream. So yeah, so just before we carry on, here it is, my 3-way magnetic racing billboard. And now I have signs for it. Yes. Signs. So thank you very much, Daz. Or actually, thank you, Becky. Because Mrs. Hall is the one who's got the skills with the printing. So I appreciate that. That was excellent. Just get rid of that. And put this back on. And then following on from the other week, where I had Tara for the video podcast, which was amazing. She actually sent me something afterwards. And I have no idea what she sent me. So shall we have a look together? Before I do, though. Yes, Dan. Totally. Thank you. Slot Racer HQ in the UK also, Tom. Okay, I think that's a reference point from Tony to Tom as to where to go to get information on racing. So, Tom is in Thomasville, Georgia. Right, got you, buddy. You know, AI is, I hate to say it, but it is quite fun until it takes over. Monty's actually named his track Hokey Pokey Racers. I like it. It's got a ring to it. Okay, cool. Right. The fingers. Actually, the fingers. I'm going to put that in on Sunday. And we're going to do a track by side so we can have a real comparison, or I'm going to be flicking around, faffing around otherwise. But in the meantime, I'll start opening this while I look at your comments. Good man. Yeah, good. Because Dick he's really good at what he's going to be a great YouTuber, Dick. He's not overly confident with his ability at the moment. I think it's more the back of house stuff, the editing and things. But he's really creative and he's really he can explain things and articulate things really well, which is quite cool. Yes, Wild Man. Yeah. Hang on, I've got a cough. So Wild Man's got a new video ready tonight. It's not prepared, or he would share it here. No, you got to launch it, Wild Man, and then we go to your channel and share it on ours, and then that way we bring people to you. Otherwise, people will go, "Oh, that's a nice video," and then they don't go over there. So with Dick, that's slightly different. Right, we'll get inside this box here. Take the pipe dream for my channel. Make enough revenue to... You can have a barn. That's now we're talking. Set your benches high. All right, let's get in this box. So I'll tell you what, right? These unboxings, Marty Ford, he makes this look so easy on telly. Rahul and I normally unbox and then do presentation. Okay, nice one. So let us see what Tara has got. Believe it or not, it's figures. That's it. Who's that there? Go on, Paul. Keep hustling. Okay, I'm just going to make a mess down the bottom here. Oh, this looks good. Okay. We've got... a pit guy. I like it. I'm just going to put these up here safe because I don't trust myself. Break it. We've got what looks like another pit guy. And the detail on it is exceptional. I'll put a community post out on so you can see each of these. Aha. Right, okay. It's coming together now. Bear with me a second. I'll get these out together. I definitely don't want to rush it and destroy it. Get rid of that. All that. Right, so what we've got is Tara knows that I'm a big fan of crashes. So this is actually paramedics, and if you can see, this one here has got holes, and this one here has got holes too, for the stretcher with someone on it. So that's also very cool. So thank you very much, Tara. I will be putting them pride of place on my track. And when I start to do the scenery and stuff, that is going to be amazing. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. But really, having you on the podcast was just cool enough as it was anyway. That to me in itself was a big present because I know how uncomfortable you can be sometimes with this sort of thing. So I really appreciate that. Rich, the fingers is the Instagram king. You can catch him on Insta. He's doing good stuff there. Just takes a bit of time, Dave, and you'll get there. Hey, Vernon's Cave. There you go. Can't remember your actual name, but evening, Vern. Oh, what are you saying here, Dan? I keep telling everyone water and electricity don't mix. That is a good point. That is quite a good point. If we get some of those, those water cannons that Boris brought for the riots that we can't use because we might injure somebody, like somebody who goes rioting and looting and being a proper public nuisance, and we can't hose them down with a massive water cannon for riots because we might upset little Johnny. I mean, seriously, we just need to blast the bleep out of them. So that's my verdict on it. But then I'm quite tough like that. Yes, Ian, he is here. The man, the myth, the legend. Ian Weir's in the house. Thank you for a great weekend, buddy. That was amazing. And your brother is top drawer as well, Andy. No, Andy, no. Not naughty ones. No naughty ones. Aid is in. How you doing, Aid? Good evening, Aid. That's it. Dan's given us an elocution lesson here. It's staffs. Or is it staffs? It's staffs, like a Staffordshire Bull Terrier. Right, let's get this off the screen. Let's crack on with what we're doing here. I mean, seriously. Talking about staffs, proper led into that nicely. I saw this earlier. So obviously I've got the rally track that I'm built. It's not been built. I've not done anything on that rally track for a couple of weeks now, probably 3 weeks, since I so celebratory that I did the wiring and it works. I'm literally buzzing off that still. So I've got to fix the bridge, put some lighting around the place, and then it's good to go. And then I'll do the grand naming ceremony because I've got a name for that track, the wood track. So quite like the look of this little Renault 5. I remember once when I joined the army and I was a new guy and I got to my battalion, one of the senior guys, there was 2 guys, Johnny Logan and H. Hadley. And H. Hadley had a souped up Renault 5. And it used to be parked at the top of the camp on the top car park, because down bottom of the camp where the barracks are and all of the different blocks and stuff, he was like, "Can you drive, Brownie?" Because you always called your surname in the military. "Can you drive, Brownie?" And I was like, I'll have a go. So he sent me, give me his keys, told me to get up there and bring his car down because he's lazy. And I got in there, and it's the first time you had to lift. Hang on. I'll put this back on in a second. But you know, you got the gear handle, gear stick, and you have to lift the button at the bottom with your fingers. I'd never seen that before or anything. So I'm like, why wouldn't this thing go into reverse? Why wouldn't it reverse? And it turns out that you needed to lift the button at the bottom and then it just slides in. And this was 1994. So it was before mobile phones. It was before the internet. It was before actually human resources was invented, or human rights. So I couldn't call my mate Ray up and say, "Ray, I've got to bring H's car down. How do I actually get it in reverse?" So yeah, I've got fond memories of the old Renault 5 that you can see here on the screen. This is coming from Team Slot and available through Staff's Slot Cars UK, and other great vendors. So I'm sure Pendle will have it. I'm sure I'm not even going to go. And Electric Dreams will have it. I'm not going to go through the whole back catalogue of stockists, but in the words of Travis, if you're supporting your local, they will probably have it. But I'll put my left leg on it that both Pendle and Electric Dreams will have this on behalf of Steve Wright at Staff Slot. Yeah, okay. All right, Dave. I know it is a little bit Essex. I was born in Clacton-on-Sea, little known fact. And it's gone right downhill now, Clacton, I tell you. What an absolute travesty. Oh, we've got a bit of love going on for the Renault 5 here as well. The Fingers is on it. Dan's on it. Andy's on it. Paul's on it. Daihi's on it. He's not feeling he's not feeling the Team Slot setup here. I've, in honesty, not got a Team Slot car myself. So this could get interesting because I need a couple more rally cars for my wood track. So, right, Steve, if you're watching this now, let's do a deal. Let's do a deal. I'll be in touch tomorrow. And yeah, I know I'm so Essex. In it, darling. I'm from Essex. I shouldn't say that because Andy's in the room and he's from Essex too. Yeah, literally the Fingers. Honestly, I seriously thought if it got better, because I thought about that. I thought about just let the handbrake off. I'll put the full steering on and I'll push it out and then I'll just drive it forwards. The steering lock come on when I put the full lock on and it didn't have enough clearance to get out of the car next to it. It was like weak. I don't think so, Paul. No, I don't think so. What you got to remember, Paul, is Daihi has recently found or Revo slots and NSR and so you know there's technology and then there's I don't know any Team Slot cars. I've not used them or run them, so I'm not qualified whatsoever to give you any kind of comparison. But I would have to say, from what Daihi says and whatever, it might be somewhere in the middle. If you put sort of Scalextric here alongside some other hobby cars, and then you've got performance cars, maybe somewhere around the middle, maybe somewhere, I don't know, dare I say it, Carrera. Yes. Aid loves the Renault. Oh, man. Oh, Tom. We are literally slot car rich over here. We've got a ton of clubs over here. Ton of clubs. and pop-up clubs, like I call them basement clubs, a bit like what Marty does on Two Line Speedway. He's got a basement, he gets his pals over, they come over and race. So once I've got myself built up, I'm coming after you, Mac. Come over for a jam. Yeah, listen, Paul, you've got to feed the dogs, mate, because if you don't feed the dogs, they just sit there scratching you. What we got here? Yeah, I tell you the things, honestly, it was literally like, I don't know if you know what the Carry On movies are. Carry On. It was like Carry On Car, honestly. All right, get to your question in a minute, Ian. I'll have a little think about that one. Too true, Dave. Too true with the plumbers being a plumber's nightmare. There. So this is quite an interesting one. I would like to hear from everyone in the chat, in the comments, what you personally and individually think. Hang on, let's get rid of this for a second. What you guys personally think are, for your preference, because everyone's preference is different, what's your best to worst slot car in order? That is an amazing question, Ian. Cheers for throwing that one in. So I'm limited because I've still not got some slot cars. I don't even own a Revo slot. I've got a BRM, which sort of counts. I would say, is this in preference, Ian, or is this in sort of performance? Because my preference is different in order to my performance in order. If it was performance in order, I would probably say NSR Thunder slot, slot it sideways. I can't put Revo slot in there because I haven't got one to compare. I can't do team slot because I haven't got one to compare. I haven't got a Carrera car, believe it or not, so I can't compare. Fly. Now, do I put Scalextric above Fly? I will, because I have a Fly flying around here somewhere. Here it is. And it looks pretty. Looks really nice. But it's more of a hobby car. And sorry, if you want to see the underside. It's more of a hobby car rather than performance car. I would need to, they've got standalone front wheels. So there's no axle. They're just bolted onto two sort of columns in there. So I'll just stick that there out of the way. You can see it in the background if you want to look at it. So I would say those. But then, you know, you asked. I have an opinion. Might not please everyone, but at least I got one and I don't sit on the fence. You know, so that's what I'd say. So see if I get it in order again. NSR, Thunder slot, slot it, sideways, Scalextric, and Fly. There you go. I haven't got a Revo slot, and I haven't got a Carrera, and I haven't got a team slot. So I can't put them in. But there you go. Right, let's see what you guys are thinking. Yeah, who dares wins the fingers. And I haven't got a drag car, but I will be building. Oh, that's a good point. Mr. D's slot drag racing is open again at the end of September. I can't wait. I'm so excited for that because I've got literally, I had Goodwood last weekend. I'm away next weekend. Don't worry, the live stream is going to be regular as clockwork next week. Then the following week, I'm in Liverpool for an old school pal reunion. And then the following week, it is Mr. D's slot drag racing. So I'm so pleased that it's not on a week that I'm not away. Oh, SCX as well. I haven't got an SCX and I haven't got an Inco. See, this is what I was telling Daihi on our conversation the other day that we had is I am literally, even though I've been doing it for, you know, back into slot cars for a couple of, 3 years now, because of my situation financially with the business and stuff, there's just no spare money. And I could, that's a lie. I could actually go out tomorrow and buy a load of cars, but that would be irresponsible considering I've got a bill to pay in about 3 weeks and I've not got the money together yet. I'm about 3/4 of the way there. So I've got to think about how to get that cash flow, but that's another day. So I could go and buy them, but I've been disciplined and I've been sensible. And if any kids are watching this, then I really recommend, in modern day, you're encouraged to get everything on credit and pay later. I challenge you to not do that. I challenge you kids to save up and buy it. Don't get yourselves in debt for no reason. So what we got here? So Dan T is leading the charge. His worst car is Ninko and his best car is Slot It. Oh, I like it. Scalextric, SEX, Carrera, Ninko and Fly. Good choice. Right, Rahul is here. He's up for it now. I'm going to read through some of these. This is a great question, Ian. Well done, mate. Thank you very much. Although I have driven SCX car because that's what we were using on St. Moritz track over the weekend. So I'll give you a glimpse of St. Moritz next weekend. I was hoping that you would have Carrera at the top of your pile, Rahul, because of the amount of Carreras you drive. You just love Carreras. And because I don't have them, I really enjoy seeing you unboxing Carreras and Travis, because you guys both have real connection to Carrera and I don't see it. So it's really good when you show us and share with us those cars, because I get to see it. And when you go to the shop, you can't like take it out of the box, unscrew it, take it off, have a look, open the lid, see what's inside it. So it's because you guys do this, I get to understand how that works. And yeah, thank you for that, Rahul. Keep doing that, mate. That is so relevant to me. So Scale Auto, I haven't got a Scale Auto car either. That's what, and half the guys in the club race with Scale Auto cars. Scale Auto, Dodge Vipers, Scale Auto C6s, Corvettes. So we've got NSR, Slot It, Pioneer. I forgot Pioneer. Okay. Pioneer is going to sit mid-table for me. Okay, so I'm not going to run through them again, but it's mid-table, Pioneer, and then Scalextric, and then Le Mans. Okay, DeLeon, Rob. We've got, I checked in on your video earlier, Rob. That was amazing. 80K R slot cars back. Hashtag R slot car. Sorry, hashtag slot cars are back. Liverpool, I'm going up there in 2 weeks. So don't, if you get arrested, I'll come and give you bail in 2 weeks, Ian. Just get some, no, I can't go there. It's a family show. DeLeon, NSR, Sideways, Slot It. Interesting order. Thunder Slot, Scalextric, Fly. Avant Slot, I haven't got any Avant Slot cars either. Pink Car, Spirit. I don't know what that, I don't even know what they are. This is what I'm talking about. This is where I'm on my maiden voyage through learning all about like slot cars and stuff. And when I tell you I don't know much about it, this is proving a point that I really don't. I know a bit about it because of what I've learned, and you guys come on and help like this, like open my eyes to new things. And everyone else in the chat is also possibly learning a couple of new brands through this. So Ian's in Liverpool right now. They do. Yeah, I knew that was going to be your top order, Dave. Slot R, Revo Slot, NSR. Nice. SRC. Okay. SRC. Yeah, SRC. Sideways, Ninko, Slot It. Haven't got a Thunder Slot yet. You need to sell a rib to be able to afford a Thunder Slot. But like I've said before, the nice thing about Thunder Slots is you don't need to buy new tires for it. It's got a decent engine in it. The gear and the pinion is good. It's an all-round nice bit of kit. So if you're getting a Thunder slot, you might be spending 85, 90 quid as opposed to 60 to 70 quid, let's say. But you're not having to buy ultra grips and you're not having to buy whatever. So good shout. And Aid is quintessentially British, wouldn't you know? Only Scalextric for Aid. Aid, I'm gonna sort you out, mate. Don't you worry. I will sort you out with something so you can have a go and test the difference, and you'll see what you'll get some experience with another car. I'll send one up. I'll send you the loaner. Now, what shall I send him? Shall I send him a 1972 Polycar Lotus? Oh, hang on. We've got a revision from Rob DeLeon. Revo's at the top of his list. Yeah, Dan, me too. I haven't heard of those two either, just in case you just tuned in. Pink Car and Spirit. Not heard of those. Beep. Forgot Thunder slot. It would be after Revo slot. Excellent work. Okay, DNA, what's your order? I'll probably get to it in a minute. Yep, Conquest. Don't worry, we've got it covered. Hey, Cozzy! Cozzy's here. How you doing, fella? I've yet to watch a video. Cozzy 118 BMK has just launched an update on his train track. So Cozzy's bilingual. He does trains and he does Scalextric, or slot cars, I should say. So he's just done an update. Quite looking forward to that because he's getting bits of kit and sort of doing bits up on it. It's quite cool to watch. So Wildman is sold on slot it and slot it. No, it sounds like a night out at Vegas. It doesn't sound like slot cars. Yeah, just slot it. $5,000. Gambling sucks. Don't do it. Here we go. Pink Car makes those VW Beetles. Very basic but crude. Yeah, I like that. You can tune those up. Send it to Marty for tuning. Colin, nice. Well contributed. Thunderslot. Oh, okay. Thunderslot first. Which Thunderslots you got, mate? NSR slotted. Polycar. I sort of class Polycar in a slot it. However, it's wrong to do that. You're right. Because it's still got the sticker on from racing. Not one sticker, but two stickers. Because we don't take them off. We just put them over. Got the Polycar Ferrari F40. What a nice bit of kit this is. This is my BPR Global class. As you can see. Very nice indeed. Love that car. This was one of the first cars I ever bought when I've started going Rockingham racing. Really like that. MR slot cars. Yes. I've only got one of them. And that is not doing what I want it to do. So I've cast it out and I'll get another one in time. Sideways Carrera Scalextric. Good. So your worst car, Daihi, is definitely Auto Art. Beautiful looking, but performs like a chicken coop. Oh, what are the chances? My wife and I literally in the last couple of weeks been discussing whether we should get a couple of chickens because she had the cancer a few years back. All of her diet is organic. And I was saying, well, when we get a couple of chickens, all we need to do is like stick them in a little chicken run outside and have like a little hut for them to sleep in. They're all weather chickens. And we can get like organic eggs out of it. There's like, we'll feed them organic food and they'll deliver organic eggs. Oh, what, like slot car tourism? Tom suggesting that I should open a service that when someone comes over, like Travis or Rahul or George or whoever it might be, that I take them on a tour of slot car clubs. I kind of do that anyway. I missed the boat on charging for it. I just do it anyway because it's good fun. Show you guys how we race over here. See, I don't know, Dan. I've not got a Carrera, so I couldn't tell you. The reason I haven't got a Carrera is just I haven't got around to it. Is the honest answer. Well, if you want to split hairs, Paul, I'm actually from Wallasey, which is across the Mersey from Liverpool. So you know all the pictures of the liver birds when you see the little birds on the Liverpool building by the ferry, where you have to go over to Wallasey to take the photo of the building. And I used to live where Ferry on the Mersey come in. You know the old song, Ferry on the Mersey? I'm not going to sing it. Yeah, Pioneers, Revo Slots, Scratch Building, Scale Auto by Tony, Daihe's Talking Fly. I wasn't going to move away from Scalextric, but I haven't seen what's out there, Dan says. He's going to take the plunge. Oh, he took the plunge and went for Carrera. And it's the best investment he's ever made. Which Carrera model did you go for? Yo, Cozzy. Hey, Pat. Pat's here. Hello, Pat. G'day, mate. Are you just got in from work or are you just going out to work? Okay, so we got Monty's hot list. Polycar Drift Subarus, Toyota Home Racers, MR Shadow Fly, MR Slot Car Shadow, Fly, Thunderslot, NSR. He loves them all. Slot it. Oh, yeah. Exactly. Yeah, no. Yes, Wild Man. We are on the same page here. Just save up and buy it. It's probably why I haven't got all of these cars. Just save up, buy it, and then you know that it's going to be yours. No one can come around, kick your door in and take it back and say you haven't paid for it. So good shout, mate. I'm glad you collaborated with me on that. Thank you. Yeah, DNA. I've forgot loads of slot cars when I did my rundown, but I literally looked at my shelf and sort of thought about what I had. Collins on the Peter Reeveson McLaren. Oh, what, the F40? Yeah, lovely car. Really nice to drive as well. So it's kind of like what I did was I had the Ferrari F40. And then last year at Gaydon's Slot Car Festival, I went and see my pals at Pendle and I bought the MR Slot Car McLaren. Can't remember what model number McLaren it is. But anyway, I bought that and I just haven't been able to get it right. It's just, you'll find when you get into doing cars up that every now and again, and I hope someone backs this up, like especially George, what I call you get a wrong un. You'll get one that just does not want to play ball. It is just an absolute beep, 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 beep. Obviously, kids watch this, so I had to put the bleep machine on there. But you just get it just doesn't work. And what I've just decided to do when I get something that just won't tune for me or won't do what I want it to do, I just put it on the shelf. That's it. You're dead to me, McLaren. I'm not going to throw this like I normally would. But yeah, I don't get stressed about things like this. Okay. Drickus, Carrera, Sideways, Ninko, Fly, Scalextric cars in order of that way. I quite like that. Have you tried out NSR? Have you tried out Slot It, Polycar? You're a bit like me. You've listed a few here, but you've missed out a load. So I'm thinking, are those the ones you've got and the others the ones you've not got? Let us know. Osterero are like pieces of art, according to Rob, but made for looking at. Wow, $250 each. That's about the same price as one of those Electric Dream limited editions that they're launching every month. You know, just take a finger. Marco, if you're watching this, it's all banter. You know that. Gale Force Raceway, nice to have you on board, my friend. Yeah, I know. Brilliant. Hey, bosses, you got the right idea. And, you know, you can always work half your lunch break so that you get half of your lunch break when this is on. Fantastic. Yeah, Rahul is coming over. We're getting it set up. We're going to do a tour. Rahul, it's going to be amazing. We'll start working on that as the new year falls. Merci. If you put a C where the Z is, it means thank you in French. Merci. Sing a British tar. Yeah, right. He's singing the Alouette after a few beers. Pat's at work. Yes, I think we might do. I think because we covered Wolverhampton and we didn't go to Rockingham when Travis came because it's just too late when we finished with Magnetic Racing at dinner. And we were done in because we helped him set up the stand. We've been to Williams that day. We've done a lot. So we're just like, the thought of racing till 12:30 at night and then driving an hour and a half back to where we were stopping was just like, it's just too much. So bring your game face, Rahul, because we are going to be busy, my friend. Yeah, I've got BRM on my list, but I didn't include it in my list because my BRM is 1 in 24. And I thought we were just doing 1 in 32, but that's my BRM 1 in 24 scale Escort. Oh, I love this. This is such a fun car to drive. It's the first car I've ever had with a metal chassis. So as you can see, looking very similar indeed. But they are as one. What we got going on? Yeah, Rich. This is the sort of thing that I love to see on Rahul and Travis's coverage because they get the Carreras and they show you, and it's just high detail. And then wing mirrors look so flimsy that they would last. I'd probably break them getting them out of the box, knowing me. Yeah. You set a budget at the beginning of the year for your hobbies. So Rahul runs his own business. You can imagine him there in his boardroom. Yes, right, okay. We've got office supply budget, X amount a year. We've got a marketing budget. We're going to blow that much. We're going to allocate that much on it. Got a exhibition budget. There you go. We've got a travel budget. There you go. We've got a slot car budget. I'm sure I'll get that around the accountant. And we've got a, canteen. Brilliant, Rahul. I would love to know. I mean, don't tell me. I'm just speculating here. Don't tell me. But I would love to know what budget you set yourself for this hobby for the year. Bear in mind, what you told me on the text on the WhatsApp today. I mean, that's something special in itself. Oh, okay. A little Carrera track review offer here from Dan. I might take you up on that, actually, Dan. I'll tell you what. Let's chat about it offline. If you want my phone number, point your phone camera at that. Go to that place, and my phone number's on there. Send me a WhatsApp, and then what we'll do is we'll discuss it. And if you want to lend me that to do a review, I will gladly pay the postage down here to me and the postage back up to you as a sort of combined thing. So well up for that. Oh, I tell you what I forgot as well. Did I put skinny no grip tires on the front of this? Yes, of course. Look at that. They were all glued and shrewd. And not even, I'm not even going there. It's going to be broken down for spares and repairs. That's what that's going for. One man's picking up on before. And my reference to slot machines, one-arm bandits. And I did forget, of all things, something that, is right up there at the top of my heart. As you know, I'm a bit of a granddad when it comes to vintage. But I should have put the old Penelope pit lane up there. This is my thin wall special, Ferrari thin wall special that I got from the great guys at Pendle Slot Racing. So if you want to get your own scratch build, that's the thin wall special. So I bought that thinking that I could enter into, I don't know, the pre-war race or something. No, doesn't qualify, which is why I've now got on the go, which I'm building, as you know, the old Alpha 8C. Now, this is a nice bit of kit. Once I've got this built and in and clear coated, I'll talk you more through it. So here we go. Cozzy. Oh, Cozzy NSR Carrera Scalextric. Like it. It will be. So who's up for it? Paul's loves his Carrera, goes fast on the track. Scalextric's not quite as good as Carrera in his opinion. He's not yet run his Legends. Oh, you got to run that Legends, mate. That Legends, they're going to be awesome. Yes. Sorry, mate. Yes. Ferry cross the Mersey. Right, hang on. I'll put it in the comment. Here you go. Hang on. There you go. That's how you spell it. Mersey. Merscy. Yeah, well, interestingly enough on this one, Andy, I met a lady, a couple come to the stand over the weekend, and we were chatting. She goes, "Do I know you?" And I went, "Now there's an ominous question when you stood next to your partner." So I said, "I don't know. What are we looking at?" And she goes, "Oh, you look so familiar." And it took her a second, and she goes, "Were you on Hornby program?" And I said, "Yes, I was on there with my nephew Albert." And she goes, "That's it." She goes, "I'm the recruitment consultant that finds Hornby all of their staff." I was like, and she said, I recognized you from that. So anyway, I said to her, "Brilliant." She goes, "Who are you dealing with in there?" And I told her the guy's name in Hornby that I deal with, Scalextric that I deal with. And she said, "Yeah, I got him his job there. I placed him there as a recruiter." So anyway, I said to her, "Well, look, a load of us," I said, we got a couple of free tickets from him to come down to the Hornby Visitor Centre experience. And we're thinking of getting a whole crew of track fans together to go down there on the same day and just take over the place and have a massive laugh. Do a live stream from there, get everyone involved, some lifetime questions, get Scalextrics involved, get them on board, and just, have a right old good day of it. So, and she said, "When?" And I said, "Probably in November." She said, "It won't be ready by November." I was like, "What are you talking about? They've told us it's opening in November." She said, "I saw it the other week. It's nowhere near ready to be open." She goes, "You'll be lucky if it's open next year." I said, "Behave. We've got commitments." So I'll get in touch with Scalextric tomorrow and I'll confirm what's going on down there to us, and we'll get that going on. Now, wrong with 1 in 24th scale, mate, or 1 in 25th, because George is in the room and he does actually build those as well in the custom field. Sorry, it's clear throat's rank at the moment. So, Janu, your Slot It Lancia LC2. Is that what I got here? Oh, that's what I got, Janu. This one. So your Slot It Lancia is playing up on the setup. Right, I see. It's playing up for you, is it? Well, I hope that one's going to serve me better. Oh, come on, Dave. Of course you're welcome. You're more welcome than Paul. I'm only joking, Paul. Scalextric appreciate opinions. They appreciate feedback. They're not snowflakes. They're definitely not the wokery brigade. Well, the people in Scalextric I talk to are not woke. All right. They're straight down the middle. They say it as it is, and they want to hear it as it is. So I really like people that come on and tell me if it's been good or tell me if it's been bad. So, for instance, I had a guy come on the comments about at the weekend, and he said, your mobile phone camera is really bad. You know, you should never heckle a comedian. I just replied back to him and asked him for a link where his coverage was, because I couldn't wait to see it. So, funnily enough, I've not heard from him since. So if you're watching this, pal, I want to see your coverage. Especially when that was done on a 4K camera. Hang on, I've got a cough. All right. Oh, that's a good question. I don't know the answer to this, Aid. Funnily enough, Ian at Magnetic Racing has just WhatsApped me, what's Rahul's budget? I'm not telling you. It's a bit like a lady. It's a bit like a lady. You should never ask a lady her age. So same difference. But that's a fair budget, Rahul. Okay, let's catch up. I think we still haven't covered what we're working on yet. Incredible. So here we go. Right, hang on. The Mersey is a river at Liverpool. The Mersey was really good because when the Titanic sailed over from Ireland, where it was built, as he keeps reminding us, along with where the DeLorean was invented, and there is a couple of other famous things that come out of Ireland. Cafe Nero come out of Ireland, and the Commitments, the band, come out of Ireland. So it's not just DeLorean and Titanic, but the Titanic, to give you an idea, when it turned around in the River Mersey, it literally had like this much space on either side. It was massive, apparently. George Turner's kits. I'll just check the live chat tomorrow. No, I won't. I'm old school. I'm not hanging around for that. Let's take a picture of the screen. So, what kind of, if anyone's building a white kit at the moment or building a car, this could get interesting. What are you building? For me, I've got the Alpha 8C and I'm building a Rolls-Royce Streamlined, which is next on the cards. Once I've got those two built and I'm satisfied, then I'm going to move on to finishing David Walls's GT40, a very kind man who sent the white kits in. And then I'm going to be doing these two. And if you remember back, one of these, once I've built it, sprayed it, tuned it, I'm going to competition it out. So one of you lucky guys and girls gets a chance at winning some of the handiwork. If you're thinking of some scratch build kits as well, there's always Pete Shepherd's Pete Shepherd at Racing Replicas. He is producing some good kits at the moment as well. So Pendle Slot's great for kits. So is Pete Shepherd for a proper scratch build. Then you got like every brand does white kits now. A bit like the White Kits Legends Challenge that we're all involved with. So I got my White Legends kit here. There it is. That's one. Like that. Got to clear coat that. And then this is the other one. Messed up on the grill. Put the cockpit in before the grill like an amateur. So when these are clear coated, they are going to be mega. So wide on Wednesday, live stream wide on Wednesday. We're going to be putting the deep guide in and the offset bearings. Right. So you can, Ian, is that right? You can put a Scalextric chip in a different brand and it will work. Maybe we should try that out on one of the wide on Wednesday sessions. Yeah, cheers for that, the fingers. That was good. So I'd asked when David said to me, pick a couple of cars out of this picture. And I'd said, all right, with my head, I was like, I'll pick one that I want, and I'll pick two that I want, and I'll do one up and send it back to him to say thank you, and I'll keep one. And he only sent 3. So doing in one, I'm having one, competition in one out. So the competitions run every Sunday. Well, when I do competitions, they will be on a Sunday at 7:30. They're not every week. And yeah, if any manufacturers want me to competition some cars out for them, the fee is a car. So make sure you send 2. No, I'm only joking. So George loves a lot of the brand cars that are out there. And I was hoping that you would say this, George. But scratch build cars have personal history that sticks with you through the build, memories of the build, and the fact that you built a car that no one else has. Because, and also, George, right, this is something that I get with scratch building is when you break the car, because you built it, you know exactly how to repair it, what fashion, how, and why, and when. So that's the bit I like about building the scratch cars, is because I'm learning how it goes together. So when I break it, I know exactly how to fix it and really quickly. So great, share that one, friend, pal. Wayne is in the house. I don't know if I've missed you, Wayne, or if you've just snuck in under the radar. But good evening, mate. How you doing? And yeah, Rahul has just built his first white kit as a pioneer. And I saw that today, and that is looking smoking hot. So's Dave at Slot R's. Dave's at Slot R's. I can't say no more. Wow. Tune in and subscribe to Slot R if you want to watch his journey of building his Legends white kit. I've just got to watch part 1, possibly later or tomorrow on the train. But it's like Rahul says, that when you see Slot R's video pop up, you need to watch it. And I'm very much the same, but I just haven't had a minute to allocate the time to really watch it, because I don't want to miss a single detail of what he's doing or what you're doing as we're talking to you, Dave. And that's not really going to take much, is it? I mean, seriously, as you'll see on Wide on Wednesday, exactly why you could easily beat Pete. Hashtag slot cars are back. So if you're enjoying the chat with us tonight, if you like this sort of content, do us a favor, hop out and smash the like button for me. If you're not subscribed, do us a favor and subscribe. Press the bell. You'll get all the notifications. I also bring you information on other slot car channels and social media stuff sometimes, although I'm not a big social junkie. So there you have it. So let me just go back a bit because I missed a couple of this. So we got Paul is doing a Scalextric conversion with a 3D printed chassis, original body. That's quite cool. That sounds very interesting indeed. Oh, see, look, Mark's building an E-Type Jag for the next magazine. What magazine is that? I hear you say, everybody. It's the Slot Car magazine, of course. Right here. September edition is out now. Well, we'll get on board with that in a bit. Cozzy's building an RS Turbo S1 full kit from PSR. Cozzy, I'm not being funny, mate, but you do look like a bit of a RS Turbo kind of guy. Yeah, grandson man, take the plunge. I've got the Ford Coupe. Is that right? And the Dodge. I did want the Chevy, but they'd sold out of that one. So I'll get that in time to come. So Janua's done up and build. Thank you very much, the fingers. I appreciate that. From you, I really appreciate that. And Purple Passion, exactly. My missus wanted a car, and her two favourite colours are purple and pink. So that's what I've done, with a little bit of bling around the accent, gold. And then, of course, it wouldn't be right without spraying up gold wheels as well. So one of these is going to be out of the box built, standard parts and everything. And one of them is going to be a little bit souped up, lowered, all of that sort of stuff. Oh, Aid, see you tomorrow, mate. Good night, bud. Yeah, Pioneer is easy as it slots straight in, but and Slot I'll agree with me on this one, Dave, is the amount of plastic bags that Pioneer use to put their parts in is criminal. Pioneer, I love you to bits for making cars and doing great cars at that, but the amount of plastic you're using, seriously, you know, the body and the driver and the steering wheel and the side bits and the wing mirror and anything else that's plastic, it can go in one bag. It can just go in one bag like this and be done with it. Honestly, literally about 15 plastic bags. It's got the driver's head in one baggie, the driver's arm in another baggie, the driver's body in another baggie, the two wing mirrors in a baggie, the grill in a baggie, and on and on. It's like, it's seriously, mate. But and my voice is going, so I've probably got about 15 minutes left in the stream. So take it up till about 9:30 GMT, whatever time it is where you are in the world. We've got about 15 minutes left, and then I'm going to call it a day, because I do telesales for a living at the moment, and I need this lyrics for tomorrow because I'm in the office. Ah, nice one, Ian. Thanks for confirming that. I didn't know. So yes, that is good to know. Rich is saying you can put a DPR chip in and that will work great. Andy's telling me the next build is a Ford Thunderbird Pro Street, another drag car. Well, of course, Andy, it's a drag car. What we need to do is we need to get you a Pendle scratch build to come down. Right, okay, so Ant's confirming it. Evening, Ant, nice to have your company. He's putting a number of the slim Scalextric digital chips in a lot of different cars, different slot car makes. SCX Fly slot's easy to do. Perfect. It's good. I'm not going there. Hey, you're all right, mate. Welcome. Yeah, I've been lucky with my Legends. Both chassis were flat. Well, you say that. They're not. Was it this one? Yeah, this one wasn't flat. And as you can see on this one, so hang on, to show you how it comes. Yeah, there you go. You can see it there. So see this bit here. This bit is actually a profile. It's actually raised. So when you strip it all down and you put it onto your tuning block to put your magnets on it and start to flatten it, you can't, because it wobbles. It's not flat. So what I did was I took a Stanley blade to it. I took a leaf out of George's book and I thought, what's the worst that can happen? If I technically take that relief out, that will sit flat and I can flatten it. And it worked. So don't be afraid to experiment. The worst thing you're going to do is have to buy another chassis, right? Pendle do some good kits, Paul. Ant is working on an A71 Hoonigan Ford Escort. He's looking forward to racing it. Whereabouts in the world are you, Ant? So Cozzies had an S1 and an S2 RS Turbo, 2 Escort Cozzies, hence the name. Yeah, go figure. Evo 8, 7, 9, 10, and now a Nissan GTR. Do you know what? I had I think it was the S2 RS Turbo, but I can't remember. It was a long time ago. Yeah, and we're not talking like an eco warrior kind of thing here. Don't mind 1 or 2 plastic bags, as long as they're recyclable plastic, of course. But just overkill on the plastic, fantastic. Dan's working on a WRS 3D Audi Quattro SCX chassis, original body project that needs completing. Yeah, so we're looking at projects now, aren't we? So excellent. Yeah, Paul's liking what Ant's working on. Okay. Oh, Bolton. Yeah, to be honest with you, it was quite intense down there. I always forget when I go to a show, I forget that I'm on the telly. So I just think I'm going down there to, to record up the event and that and just generally have a mooch around. And I just forget. And people are like, oh, Pete. I'm like, oh, yeah. Hi. So did you hear that? Yeah, please do. Please do. Send me some pictures as you're going along, Dan. I can't wait to see that. And yeah, and apologies. If I saw you, I'd recognize you without a shadow of a doubt because I'm good like that. And then I'd remember your name. But just to see a name, sorry, mate, it was like nearly 4 months ago. 29th of October, GCT3. Where is that race, Janu? The last one. And I think that's at your place, isn't it? Well, let's take this off. Let's so we've talked over projects. I do like to give them a little shout out every opportunity I can. The old Slot Car magazine. Other publications, of course, exist, but other publications haven't got in touch with me. I haven't met them at trade fairs. I haven't got to know them personally. If you want to get in touch and promote your publication, I'm right here. So if anyone knows anyone who's doing a slot car publication, a blog, a newsfeed, social channels, let me know. I'll share it out there because it's good to know. Everyone is a different preference. My preference is YouTube, and I struggle very hard to keep up with Instagram and Facebook with my secondary channels of media. Whereas the fingers and correct me if I'm wrong, Rahul. Is it Titus Hill or Titan Hill? I think it's Titus Hill. He's very popular. His Instagram is his, and the fingers is Instagram. Whereas I would say Think Scalextric and Magnetic Racing are very Facebook and Instagram predominantly, and then YouTube as one of the secondary channels. So all of us have a different kind of methods of sharing and explaining what we do and why we love it. Thank you, mate. I appreciate that. I'll never forget and face after I've seen it. It comes from being in the army. I was trained. And thank you, mate. Titus Hill it is on Instagram. He makes some exceptional shorts indeed. Literally amazing stuff. And then I wouldn't like to miss an episode or a show where I didn't shout out to my good friends, the National Scalextric National Scalextric Collectors Club, which are dear friends of mine. They talk about all sorts of amazing things in their monthly journal. And if we're talking Scalextric, if you want to get a bit of discount, if you're buying anything from Scalextric's website, I know last week they had a fire sale on of 30%. That's not going to last forever. And when it doesn't last anymore, 30%, you can get 5% by using the discount code at the point of purchase, i.e. your basket when you're checking out, which is Track Fans TV. So when you're in that basket and you're going, right, yeah, check the address, what's that? Yeah, check the quantity, yeah, discount code. Track Fans TV, discount code. So that's what you got to remember. Track Fans TV, and you will get a bit of bunts off. Slotty, hang on, sorry about that, Cozzy. Cozzy's had his photo put in the 2022 volume 42. Oh, I see. Yes, when you was getting your scan by Guy and David at Slot Track Scenics. I remember that, I think. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Dan. YouTube, it's that hashtag that we're all sporting at the moment. Hashtag Slot Cars Are Back. If you're doing anything slot car related on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Twitter or X, and TikTok or TikTok, not Mini Fresh Sweets, TikTok, then hashtag Slot Cars Are Back. And that generally will start pumping the algorithm, because a lot of us have started to use that into our hashtags now. And the more we get that out there, the more it's going to pump up that algorithm. Okay. So that was the end of all of the slides that I prepared. There wasn't that, well, there was quite a few actually, but in context to the usual show, there wasn't as many because I didn't know how long I'd be able to last with my voice as it is. I think I've held out quite well. Can't wait to get a bit of top end to my voice because it's all a bit bassy, which, you know, is marvelous if I want to sound like a man. But for animation purposes, it's hopefully it's been okay to, you know, listen to me bleating on all day. All right then, so a couple of minutes left. Cheers, Paul. Take care, my friend. Have a good one. I'll speak to you all later. I think just before I go, I will raise a quick shout out to, let me pop him on the screen, Rahul. He's going to be doing a live stream in about 2.5 hours from now. Live stream is weekly Monday live stream. He always has the Slot Avengers on there. So George will be on there from Area 51. Marty will be on there from Two Lines. You've got Danny from Dick's Slot Car Garage. Rahul, who else is on? Or is it just you four tonight? Not sure if Shotgun Dave's coming on or Harry's coming on. Shotgun Dave is amazing at building cars as well, by the way. Talk about next level genius. When I grow up, I want to be like him and George and Harry at building cars. Okay, so Shotgun Dave is on as well. Hey, Bryce. How you doing, mate? I had a great weekend, thank you. And I saw your comment, I think it was yesterday on the live stream that I posted and removed, just because if you don't put a good video on, it's a pointless video. So I didn't want that. So I'm going to show everyone. But yeah, the kids had an amazing time at the event. Being a big kid myself, it was great to interact with them and get them infused about slot cars. The work that Ian, Doug and Tim had done on the track, hats off to them. Seriously, next level track builders. I swear to God, they are. I want to throw this out there because I know a few, you know, Slot Track Scenics, Slot Mods, a couple of others. I'm not saying it because they're my friends. I would detach myself from anything like this, and they know I would as well. They are the best track builders in the world, and they will build you a track wherever you're from in the world and deliver it to wherever you are in the world. And they will be detail assassins to what you need and add extra layers and volumes to that creativity. So if you know anyone looking for a track or an idea for a track, you've got to talk to Magnetic Race, Think Scalextric and Magnetic Racing. So Rahul's saying about his live stream where I digressed from, he's going to be talking about custom slot cars tonight. If you're in the UK, it's midnight, 12 o'clock midnight onwards. If you're in Europe, it's 1 a.m. onwards. And God knows what it is anywhere else in the world. So sorry about that, but get your world clocks out and work it out. He starts from... Tell me what time you start from Eastern, please, Rahul, because just save me trying to work it out. He does some good stuff on his live streams, really good. So, and also to support his live streams and his channel, he has a merchandising store where he does custom slot car t-shirts for the Slot Avengers. So if you're really into Conquest Racing Club, you can buy merchandise that is sort of orientated and branded to that. Or if you like Georgia Area 51, you can get Area 51 t-shirts and some merchandise from there. Rahul's doing a design every week. He employs local artists. He's keeping it in-house, local. Really got to support that. So if you want some slot car merchandise, Rahul's got it going on over at his store. If you want some other merchandise, click this QR code here with your phone and you can find some more t-shirts, mugs, hoodies, that sort of thing. So all good. I'll be watching his 7 p.m. Eastern, EST, 7 p.m. So I'll be watching that back tomorrow because I am cream crackered or knackered, as we say here in the UK. And yeah, on that note, I think it's time to go. I hate wrapping up because I have so much fun in here with you guys. Oh, damn you. Damn you. Can I have an entry by proxy? Hang on a second. I've got an idea here. Right, I'm not signing off just at the moment. I've got a feeling something's happened here. Oh, I thought it was the big giveaway. I've just flipped over your channel to check your count. If you're watching this, right, flip over. If you're not subscribed to Conquest Racing Club, we need 29 subscribers to get him to 1,000. So are you game or what? Come on, smash his subscribe button and the like button while you're there. And while you're there, and if you come back, smash my like button, go back to his channel, find the live stream, click notify, and then at 12 o'clock tonight, you'll be notified when he's on. So there you go. Anyway, guys, also check out Area 51. Brilliant. Right. Thank you ever so much for tonight, guys. I really appreciated it. Thank you for bearing with my absolutely decimated vocal cords. I blame Ian, I blame Doug, and I blame Tim, but I would do it all again in a heartbeat, as I told them. Thank you guys for a mega weekend. I had the best time. Totally the best time. But there you go. On that note, have a good week ahead. I'll see members on Wednesday for Wide on Wednesday, and I'll see everyone else on Sunday. There will be a video this week. I'm just getting it final proofed by the members who are on the video. Say no more, say nothing. I've just watched Top Boy. Say less. I'll see you guys soon. All right. Take it easy, guys. Take care. See you guys.